Good morning. Today is Sunday, May 15th already. This is vlog number 3, and I seem to be doing these every other day, which is actually working out pretty good for me. It gives me time to have something to talk about, as well as live my life still and do what I need to do. So first off, I want to give you guys an update that no, I have not made any kind of decisions on any kind of entry-level positions or anything like that. I had a long conversation with Erica the other day, and it all kind of touched on, again, what is it that I'm worth? And one thing that we talked about is that an entry-level position is always going to be there. However, the opportunity to go back to school will not. So again, she's right. I really should consider that one first. It all depends on the paperwork. I don't have anything set in stone yet. So once all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, then I'll know for sure. For human resources, it just seems so natural. I've had people that have met me for the very first time thinking I'm already in it because I've worked so well with people. And for people that I have worked with for years, when I've talked to them about this, they said that, it seemed like a very natural thing to do as well. So when I have more information and I've made a firm decision, I will, let you guys know on that. The next thing I want to talk about is another topic of conversation I had with Erica was, the stages of grief. Now, everybody, when they think of the stages of grief, they think about when somebody dying and everything else. That's not the case here. For me, personally, it is what I consider losing part of my family. I worked at SDC for would have been 8 years in August. So I got to know quite a few people and built relationships and got to know them personally, as well as I got to know their family and things that were going on with them daily. And then all of a sudden, I have absolutely no contact with hardly anybody. So for me, it's like losing part of my family. The job itself, I'm not really mourning. I personally was actually starting to get really burnt out, and I recognized that when, everything went down. But it is what it is for that, but I'm more upset with not being able to talk to people that I've talked to for years. And, that's what's bothering me the most. So if you worked at SDC and I got to know you, please, I don't want you to, and if you're watching these, I don't want you to feel like you can't talk to me anymore. I want to keep those friendships and relationships going. That's very important. We worked in a virtual work environment, but I still considered you friends and family, and that's what's bothering me the most. So on that note, if you're watching these, please, subscribe to me here on YouTube if you want to continue watching these vlogs, because I'm going to try and keep them going. I also have Facebook, I have G+, as well as if you want to keep it on a professional level, I'm okay with that too. I also have LinkedIn that I'm going to be posting these on. So it is what it is. And I don't want to keep these vlogs as doom and gloom all the time. That's not who I am. So I'm going to switch gears here. I want to give you an update on what I'm planning on doing. I looked into a motorcycle safety course because the way it works here in Ontario, when you go through the graduated licensing, you have to have what you call your M1, which is your starter license where it's good for 90 days. And due to some scheduling issues that I had all last summer, I had to start over again. So unfortunately, that's where I'm kind of at again. And then you do all your testing, and then you go and get your M2, which is good, I believe, for 22 months. And then you can go for your full M. And however, if you go through the motorcycle safety course through any of the colleges, then you can go directly to your M2 and everything else. The cost of the program itself is $490. But one thing I did find out is by taking the course, I'll actually get a rebate from Harley Davidson because I am a HOG member. I am a lady. I have my patch from them. Also, I have my patch for Ladies of Harley membership. So I'll get, I believe it's $50 from them. So that will help towards the cost, as well as I'm going to get a discount for my insurance. So that's definitely going to help in the long run. Now, I want to address something my husband said to me the other day. He asked me why I bought a Harley as my first bike. And I went through and I looked at all the different bikes, and it was really came down to two different factors. One, price and financing, because I didn't buy my bike right out front. And second, seat height. When I bought the Street 500, the seat height on that is 25 inches, which is, for a brand new bike, phenomenal. Me, myself, I'm only 5'2". I have an inseam of 27 inches, which is not much. That's part of the reason why I ended up dropping my bike the other day, because my leg just wasn't long enough with the grade of the road and everything else. It's kind of one of those things. So, but he asked me the other day why I, after last year, why I got into motorcycles. And it's something that's always interested me, even when I was a kid. Like, I remember my Aunt Margie had a little Honda moped that my cousin Heather used to drive, and I got to do it once. And it's like, oh my God, the feel of exhilaration just went through my entire body. I loved it from that point. However, I never felt like I could do it or I was allowed to do it. And that was just something that's up here. And I understand that now, but as a kid, I never could get past that. And when I got into an environment where I felt that I could do that, I took it. When Rick got his Iron 883 last year, and I saw how much fun he was having, I felt that longing again, and I was like, damn it, I want to do that. So I did. And I know it's kind of put a financial strain on us because I financed my bike, but it was something that I wanted to do for so long, and I finally felt that I could overcome that hurdle. And it's kind of stuck with me ever since. So that's why. There's other bikes out there that I've looked at, like Rick's Honda CRF 230M. I have no problem pushing that one around the yard. However, the seat height is 30 inches. So when I do get on that bike, I am literally tiptoe. That one scares me a little bit. But, that's something, again, that I need to work on and just overcome. There's other bikes that are just coming out now, like I believe the Ducati 66 is very similar to the Street 500 when it comes to seat height. So that may be a future bike. I have no idea at this point. But right now, yes, my bike is very, very heavy for me. I was actually, my last vlog was wrong. It was 491 pounds. I said 465, so I was actually more. And that, it's a little difficult for me to push it around the yard and do the figure eight and, do what I need to do. So getting it out of the shed itself is very difficult for me, and I know Rick's getting frustrated because I'm constantly asking him to help me. that's just one of the things that I have to work on. And strength training is going to come with that. Walking helps with that, building muscles. But again, like I said, this is one of the things that I've always wanted to do and never felt like I could. So it's just one thing that I have to keep working at. It's a mental thing with me, and I recognize that now, and I realize now at 39 that I can do anything I want. When I was a kid, I never felt like I could. So it's my advice for anybody else who's out there watching these. If you want to do something and you've always wanted to do something, just do it, because you'll have no greater satisfaction than just attaining that. So I'm not going to continue on. I don't want that, these to get too long. But overall, like I said, one day at a time, it's all I can do. And if you like these videos, please like them, share them, subscribe to me here on YouTube. If you have any questions for me personally or about the bikes or what I'm planning on doing with, my career and my, things that you want me to talk about, please leave me a comment. I look at all of them. So until then, I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome day and have fun.